A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this channeling session, I'm going to be talking about a person whose energy is popping out. Before I start, I would like to mention that this is a collective reading. If you're watching this video, you call yourself to it. You created this message in your reality via a medium. To be able to make a quantum leap, please remember that your emotions are a portal to creating physical reality, and we must always take responsibility for our own actions and for also our life. So let's get started. So what I'm being shown over here is a person who has developed a lot of important qualities actually. The first thing that is popping out the most is that this person is spiritually very attuned. This person is deeply connected to their spiritual or religious beliefs, and they have certain practices. This person demonstrates, whosoever I'm channeling, so you basically demonstrate a strong sense of faith, devotion, and alignment with the higher spiritual principles. I'm being shown that you have this energy since childhood. You have this innate quality in you which connects you with the higher beings, and that's why you attract innocent people towards you. You embody a divine presence which is actually characterized by your capacity for unconditional love. So maybe all the broken people you attracted in your life, maybe it was written in the stars that you are going to heal them and you are going to show them that there are some people on this planet who have this very loving vibe, who are very kind towards other people. It may or may not have been that great with that person towards the end. In some cases, you still connected to those people, and in some cases you may not be. But in both cases, you have actually shown people that kindness exists on this planet, because you embody kindness, you embody empathy, and you also embody a genuine desire to alleviate suffering from this planet and promote well-being of other people. This is a very wonderful quality to have. I'm also being shown that you are a person who is very sacrificing by nature. You know, if you have to fight for other people, you can go at lengths. But if it comes to fighting for your own self, you may just let it be. You might not even want to make the effort. You might just want to be like, forget about it. I can't do this. I can't take all this headache. For your own self, you can't. And maybe this is the reason why God really loves you. Maybe your spirit guides really love you, because they know that maybe other people would definitely step up and make benefit of the materialistic situations, or Lakshmi definitely agrees. So yeah, maybe she's trying to say that animals love you from the background. Maybe she heard this and she wanted to say that you uplift the spirit of other people, animals, humans, and you do it without seeking any personal gain or recognition. And this is the reason why you are very favorite, or you're a dear one of masters and source, and they will never, you just have to have faith, they will never ever let you go astray. If anything happens to you, it's probably because they want you to go through a lesson. Oh my God, that's true. That's true, isn't it? As per this channeling session, I'm also being shown that you possess a deep spiritual understanding, clarity of thoughts, and you also have the ability to offer guidance to other people and help them to walk on the path of enlightenment without taking the credit for it, without acting like the doer. Like, you have so many people who act like cult leaders, or they act like gurus. You are simply not interested in any of those things. I mean, jokingly you might say, because a lot of people look up to you, and a lot of people actually tell you that you possess something different, you're unique, and you make them happy, or you can uplift them. There might be days when you are yourself not doing that great emotionally, you may be troubled with something, but if you meet another person who's crying or who's sad, then you would definitely want to help that person out and make them feel better. One more thing that stands out about this energy that I'm picking on of this person that I'm channeling is that they embody a very divine presence, and they radiate a sense of inner peace and equanimity, which means that they don't unnecessarily react. They know how to respond. There are so many situations where they maintain calmness. You are very tranquil even in the face of challenges. You always inspire other people to seek peace within themselves. And if it's needed, then you can stand up and defend yourself and other people, all the other people too. So you possess a very deep understanding about emotions, about human beings, about life. You also have personal experience. So I'm being shown that you also attract broken and wounded individuals into your life. That's because you got personal experience, you got the energy, the vibration of being an experienced old soul. Even if you relate as a star seed, even if you feel like you come from some other galaxy, you still have a lot of age. You carry that time factor in your soul. So people who have gone through their own struggles, or people who have a very giving, very volunteering soul or characteristic, if they are, or if they have overcome challenging situations, then other people who are broken and wounded, they also resonate with them. Because this type of shared experience, it creates a sense of connection, and so broken individuals are also drawn towards you, and they just feel that you can heal them, and maybe you also have this innate quality of healing other people. You also have a natural tendency of being a caretaker. You're very happy being a nurturer. You're very happy being a caretaker. You're not a selfish person. You like to provide support. You like to provide guidance. You like to give emotional or practical assistance to other people. In some cases, even those who have codependent tendencies, they are also very much attracted by you, because they like to, cling on to someone very healthy. It may also happen that talking to them, you might feel sad, or talking to them, sometimes you might feel, that they are generating some kind of sadness in you. But then you understand that they may have transferred their sadness for you for a reason, so that you can heal that sadness and you can clear that sadness from your DNA forever. So you're literally thankful to every person who you come across, or who comes across you. So it is commendable to be supportive, but I would like to give it as a guidance that also came along with this message, that also prioritize your own well-being, and try to avoid any unhealthy pattern. Try to avoid being overwhelmed by the excessive emotional needs of other people. Other than that, I don't think anything else was shown to me, which is like feedback. But I also felt that you are very happy when you care for others. You have a beautiful personal growth journey also of your own. And you have deep gratitude for Source. You embody a divine presence for the same reason, because you have moral values. So the person I'm channeling today is a person who has got experience of life, and they've got practical experience. They are not just theoretically, speaking about things. Their nurturing tendencies are so innate, so natural. So these are not people who just became like this because of upbringing. Upbringing definitely has a role to play. In their upbringing, they might even have been raised in very abusive or narcissistic houses, or by narcissistic caregivers, but it is their own nature. They are born with this type of nature. They have this in their blood, they have this in their DNA, and most importantly, they have it in their soul. They are like this even before they were born. And that's why their morality is very high. And I'm also being shown a strange vision. I'm being shown that when you were in school and you would look at the books, other books, there was probably one subject called moral science also, which was not a part of the curriculum, which was probably not a part of all the subjects that are usually marked. And the book was probably thin, but it used to catch your attention. And you probably also wondered, some of you, I'm giving this message, that some of you actually felt that this should be one of the most important subject, not math, science and all the boring subjects that you did not like, but you were studying them. So the individual that is representing the collective carries a very wise and insightful energy. They are someone whose divine presence is very visible to other people. So other people are obviously attracted to them a lot. People would walk up to them to ask for help. People would walk up to them to ask for some relief in challenging situations. And people also see them as guides. People also see them as healers, guides. Because breaking free from karmic entanglements, narcissistic abuse, and attachment with the sansaric reality requires inner healing and personal growth. And this process involves therapy, self-reflection, and also learning to set boundaries. And this comes from pain, sadness, lessons of life. So as any person like you heals from the effects of toxic relationships, you have also developed a greater understanding of the pain and suffering caused by narcissistic behavior, which has also made you really smart in reading other people's behavior patterns, or just in general, how people are. You have also learned about empathy via contrasting behavior or different types of behavior, especially opposite polarity. So when you've met people who have a narcissistic impact on others, there are some people who are covert narcissists. They are always sad. No matter what you do, they will always be sad, always be sad, always be sad. And as soon as they see that you are happy or you're relaxed in front of them, they will start overpowering you. Or sometimes they just hang out with other people because they want other people to become equally sad as much as they are sad. And their sadness may not even be real sadness, because covert narcissistic people, genuinely they are not sad. Genuinely they are not in that much pain as much as they show it to others. And that could be because of one of their parents who taught them to be like that. One of their parents would always be talking to other people and saying sadistic things, always sharing about their pain, always showing what a big victim they are, even when they are not such a big victim. They just simply want others to feel guilty about being happy. And sometimes they do it to children the most, because they know that children are naturally happy, children have a good mood, children are always excited. So they try to suck that energy out from children, and in turn they leave the children feeling depressed. Child is not energetic, child is not enthusiastic. Even if the child has a big will, they have this courage, they have a lot of great ideas, but as soon as they want to do something nice, they will think of their mother, they will think of their father. And children are very close to their mother, very, very, very close. It really matters to them. A lot of people think that when they share all these sadistic stories with their children, even when the child is not prepared for it, they feel that the child will have some kind of a a sense of responsibility towards them. But it could be depressing the child as hell. The child may be just feeling what should I do? And especially when parents, without realizing, complain about their partner to the children, like the mother complaining to the child. So personally also, I would share one example with you. So I met this very enthusiastic kid who's always willing to volunteer. And one fine day he came to me and he started crying. And he started saying that his father is abusive, physically abusive towards his mother. And I was very shocked because the child was crying and there were tears rolling down this child's face, his cheeks. So I was like, oh my god, that's really sad, that's very, very sad. What should we do about it? And the child was like, I don't know, I don't feel like doing anything, I'm not happy, I'm depressed, and this and that. Then finally, while I was just talking to the child, I decided to give the child some therapy, some therapeutic counseling. But after the counseling, when the child was feeling good, the child started telling me other things which were very shocking to me. So he said that my father, so I asked, when did you see your father, doing this to your mother? And after crying and after feeling depressed for so long, the child finally said that I've actually never seen him do that, but it's my mother who has been telling me about it. It's my mother who told me that your father is abusive towards me. And whenever you go off to sleep, your father has been abusing me, or he has been being violent to me. So, this is completely two different stories. Before all the crying and feeling bad, he was saying as if he saw it in first person. And after all the healing was done, or he was feeling better, he started saying that he's never really seen it. So he was actually sharing the account of his own mother as shared to him by his mother. So I'm not saying that it is wrong for the mother to feel the pain. I mean, she should actually take some action and be a strong mother, instead of telling a child that when you were sleeping, your father did this to me, so what are you going to do about it? Or do you know your father is so horrible, such a bad person, that this is what your father has been doing to me? And I personally know of another case where a mother went up to other children, like this mother has maybe 2 children, and one of the child is empathetic and the other child is a narcissist. Okay, so this mother told the narcissist child that my empathetic child, or the empathetic child, was actually physically abusive. So this made the enabled narcissist get very angry, and they were all up against the empathetic person. But somehow, by the grace of God, by divine grace, it so happened that the truth was already revealed, and maybe they had a talk with each other, or maybe there was some situation in which it was found out that the mother was not speaking the truth. And when she was questioned by both the children, it has to be divine grace in this case, she said that it was not that the child was physically abusive, but the child was verbally abusive. But you see how the mother twisted the whole story and shared it with the other sibling. Had some other person not intervened, who was a witness to the whole situation, and spoken about it, then it would have become a very bad trip, a very bad state, or a very bad relationship for both the siblings, and they may have thought for the whole life that my sibling, my sister or my brother is what doing this to my mother. So many a times people need to be very careful about what they share with their children, or what they show as an example to their children. Now, this example probably came to my mind because as per this channeling, I must tell you people that you are working on the narcissistic abuse that you've gone through. But even though all of this has happened in your life, you don't blame anyone. You don't blame the parents, you don't blame the society, you don't blame your grandparents, you don't blame anyone. In the generational tree, you just simply are a person who likes to be thankful and grateful to God, because you know that there are so many people, billions of people on this planet, who might be going through the same situations, but they must be getting completely controlled by whatever is written for them. But here these people that I'm channeling, that I'm talking about today, they have only taken these situations as stimuli. So when another person approaches them for counseling or for just advice, it could be their own family members, or it could be that they are working on these things, it could be that they are strengthening these things on how to not take anything personally, on how to not get affected by other people's mood swings and bad behavior. All in all, these are the traits that I came across. Genuinely, these traits are quite inspiring. I'm also being shown that this is because you are very high on moral values, you have very high ethical standards, you demonstrate honesty, integrity, and these things make you a very strong and solid individual. So you do definitely have a divine aura, and you really create a vibe wherever you go. And this is where I'm going to close this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here with me for personal sessions, situations and sessions, and for therapies, or for just finding out general stuff about your life. If you need any more clarity, you can check out the description box, and you can write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. I will see you soon in another one. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.